You wake up, swing your legs over the side of the bed, and it hits. That stiff, swollen feeling in your knees. Or maybe it's your ankles, or your hips. Walking feels like wading through wet concrete. And forget going upstairs. That's practically an Olympic event now. But what if the solution wasn't some expensive prescription or another bottle of pain meds you'll forget to take anyway? What if the secret was sitting in your kitchen, right now? Because here's what no one tells you. The health of your joints, your ligaments, your tendons, and even your skin. It all hinges on one overlooked protein: collagen. Now don't zone out. I'm not pitching a magic powder here. I'm about to walk you through 8 foods that are naturally rich in collagen or that help your body make more of it. Foods that could ease swelling, restore strength, and give you back the movement you haven't felt in years. And here's the twist. Some of these foods are the opposite of what you've been told. So stay with me. Let's start with the problem. By the time you hit your 60s, your body is making way less collagen than it used to. Some experts say by age 60, you've lost over half your natural production. That's huge. Without collagen, your joints get dry and brittle. Your tendons weaken. Your ligaments can't stretch the same way. And your skin? It starts to sag, not just on your face, but on your legs, your arms, and even around your knees. Do you know that crepey look? That's not age, that's collagen loss. But it gets worse. Most people think collagen is something you just apply on your skin or buy in a scoop and mix into your coffee. And sure, that can help. But real results? They come from the inside. From the foods that signal your body to actually build and repair its own collagen. So let's break this down. The first food, bone broth. But not the watery stuff in a box. We're talking real, slow-simmered broth made from bones, joints, and connective tissue. That's where the magic is. Bone broth is packed with gelatin, which is essentially cooked collagen, plus amino acids like glycine and proline that help repair cartilage and reduce inflammation. This is the kind of food your great-grandparents thrived on. Not a trendy superfood, just real nutrition. Drink a warm mug of it daily, and you may notice less stiffness in your knees, less swelling in your ankles, and more bounce in your step, literally. Coming up next, the second food you absolutely need, and why your joints might actually hate your favorite healthy salad topping. Now, let's talk about a food that gets almost zero attention when we talk about joints, but it should be front and center. Egg yolks. Yep, the yolks. Not the whites, not the powdered replacements. The rich, golden centers you were probably told to avoid for years. Turns out that advice might have done your joints more harm than good. Egg yolks are packed with choline, vitamin D, and collagen-supporting amino acids. But here's where it gets interesting. The membranes inside the eggshell, that thin layer between the shell and the yolk, actually contain compounds shown to reduce joint pain and stiffness. Some supplement companies even isolate that membrane for joint relief products. But you can get it naturally by eating soft-boiled or gently poached eggs, where that membrane stays intact. And before anyone starts worrying about cholesterol, recent research shows dietary cholesterol has far less impact on blood levels than we thought, especially if you're not combining it with trans fats or refined carbs. So unless your doctor has told you otherwise, don't fear the yolk, fear collagen loss. But now, let's get to something that might be sabotaging your collagen, and no one's talking about it. Sugar. Not just table sugar, but the healthy sugars hiding in yogurts, protein bars, salad dressings, and your favorite granola. When you eat too much sugar, your body goes through a process called glycation. That's where sugar molecules attach to collagen and literally make it stiff, brittle, and unusable. Think of it like frying your joints from the inside out. And when collagen gets glycated, it can't repair tissue. It can't support elasticity. It can't reduce swelling. So you're stuck in a loop of pain and inflammation, and no amount of collagen powder will fix that unless you cut the sugar first. All right, food number 3. And this one is a collagen booster more than a direct source. It's red bell peppers. Why? Vitamin C. Collagen can't form in the body without vitamin C. It's like trying to build a house with no nails. And red bell peppers have more vitamin C than an orange. Plus, they're loaded with antioxidants that protect your joints from oxidative damage. But here's the trick. Eat them raw or lightly cooked. Overheating destroys the vitamin C. So toss them into a salad, slice them for a snack, or stir them in at the last minute of cooking. Up next, we'll talk about a rich, dark food that might be hiding in your spice drawer. One that calms inflammation, boosts collagen, and might be the most powerful leg and joint healer you're not using yet. Now, let's talk about something bold, earthy, and golden. Turmeric. This isn't just a trendy spice. It's one of the most powerful natural anti-inflammatories on the planet. And when it comes to joint pain, stiffness, and collagen breakdown, inflammation is the villain you need to take down. Here's what makes turmeric special. It contains a compound called curcumin, and curcumin directly blocks the enzymes that trigger joint inflammation. Less inflammation means less collagen breakdown. It also means less swelling, less pain, and less of that deep stiffness you feel in your legs after sitting too long. But here's the kicker. Curcumin doesn't absorb well on its own. To really unlock its power, you need to pair it with black pepper. A compound in pepper called piperine increases curcumin absorption by up to 2,000%. That's not a typo. That's the difference between turmeric being a nice spice and a joint-transforming powerhouse. You can add it to soups, stews, bone broth, or even stir it into scrambled eggs. And if you're feeling fancy, blend it into a warm turmeric latte with coconut milk and cinnamon. Just make sure the pepper is in there, or you're wasting your time. Next up, a surprise protein that most people overlook. It's cheap, it's nutrient-dense, and it could be the missing link between your plate and better knees. Sardines. Now, before you roll your eyes, hear this. Sardines are one of the few foods that contain actual collagen in the skin, the bones, and the connective tissue. When you eat the whole fish, you're eating the same materials your body needs to repair cartilage, ligaments, and tendons. That means less swelling, less friction, more mobility. They're also rich in calcium, phosphorus, and omega-3s, which reduce inflammation and improve bone density. That's critical for leg strength as you age. And unlike large fish like tuna, sardines are low in mercury, so you can eat them regularly without concern. Pro tip, get them packed in olive oil, not soybean oil. And if you can't stand them plain, mash them with mustard or avocado and eat them on seed crackers or in lettuce wraps. It's not just an old school snack, it's functional joint therapy in a tin. Coming up next, a food so common, most people throw it away without realizing it contains one of the purest forms of collagen available. If you've been tossing this out, you're literally throwing away your joint health. You know those weird little bits of skin on chicken? The ones most people peel off, cut away, or leave behind on the plate? That's collagen, specifically from chicken skin and connective tissue. And if you've been throwing it out, you've been throwing away one of the best natural sources of it. Chicken skin contains a specific type of collagen known as type 2, which is the same type found in your cartilage. That's right, the stuff cushioning your knees, hips, and shoulders. Studies have shown that type 2 collagen from chicken can actually help reduce joint pain and stiffness in people with arthritis. So instead of scraping off that crispy skin, you might want to eat it, just not the deep-fried drive-through version, of course. Roast a whole chicken, season it with turmeric, garlic, and rosemary, and let that skin crisp up in the oven. Eat it with the dark meat, which contains even more nutrients than the breast. It's rich in amino acids like glycine and proline, the exact building blocks your body needs to make collagen naturally, and it tastes way better than any supplement. Let's move on to something plant-based that pulls more weight than people realize. Beans. Black beans, lentils, chickpeas, doesn't matter. What does matter is that they're loaded with zinc, copper, and vitamin C, all critical for collagen synthesis. Plus, they're packed with fiber, which keeps your gut microbiome strong. And your gut, it plays a direct role in nutrient absorption, inflammation control, and even collagen production. When your gut's inflamed, your joints are inflamed. When your gut is healthy, your entire body functions better, especially the systems responsible for healing and rebuilding connective tissue. So, a cup of lentil soup or a black bean salad isn't just good for your digestion, it's fuel for your knees and ankles. And don't underestimate the protein content. Collagen is made from amino acids, and beans offer a solid source of plant-based protein that helps your body keep up with the daily breakdown and rebuilding of joint tissue. Just make sure to soak your beans or buy them canned in BPA-free containers to reduce lectins and improve digestibility. Next up, we'll talk about the leafy green you probably ignored growing up, but now might be your secret weapon for long-term mobility. It's loaded with vitamin C, magnesium, and a collagen-supporting compound that could explain why some seniors stay spry well into their 80s, while others start falling apart in their 60s. Let's talk about the leafy green that's been quietly sitting in your grocery store produce aisle, just waiting to make your joints feel 10 years younger. Spinach. But not just any spinach. Fresh, raw baby spinach. Why? Because it's loaded with magnesium, vitamin C, and antioxidants that directly support your body's ability to produce and protect collagen. Magnesium helps enzymes break down and rebuild collagen in your connective tissues. And vitamin C, it's like the ignition switch. Without enough of it, your body simply can't build collagen at all, no matter how much collagen-rich food you're eating. Plus, spinach contains plant compounds like lutein and zeaxanthin, which fight inflammation and oxidative stress in your joints. That's science speak for it helps reduce pain and protect the tissues in your knees, hips, and ankles. The best part? It's versatile. Toss a handful into a smoothie, saute it with olive oil and garlic, or mix it into scrambled eggs. It's one of the easiest foods to sneak into your diet, and one of the most powerful when it comes to strengthening your connective tissue. Speaking of strong, let's not skip over sardines. They may not win any beauty contests, but these tiny fish pack a serious collagen punch. Why? Because you're eating the whole fish, bones, skin, and all. That's where the real nutrition lives. Those soft bones are loaded with calcium and collagen, especially type 1 collagen, which is essential for strong tendons and ligaments. Sardines are also incredibly rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which reduce joint inflammation and improve mobility. And unlike many other fish, sardines are low in mercury and high in vitamin D, another nutrient that supports bone and joint health, especially in older adults. Here's a tip. Buy them canned in olive oil, not soybean or vegetable oil. Then mash them onto whole grain toast with a squeeze of lemon, or mix them into a salad with chopped red onion and avocado. You might be surprised how good they taste, especially when your joints start thanking you. And don't worry, we're not stopping here. There's still one final collagen-rich powerhouse that could be the missing link in your battle against leg pain and stiffness. It's something you've probably eaten 100 times, but when prepared the right way, it could change everything. Let's finish strong with the final food that deserves a permanent spot on your plate: chicken skin. Yes, you heard that right. The crispy golden brown layer most people peel off and throw away is actually one of the richest natural sources of collagen you can find, especially type 2 collagen, which is crucial for maintaining healthy cartilage in your knees, hips, and spine. Type 2 collagen works like the cushion between your bones. It helps absorb shock, reduce stiffness, and keep your joints gliding smoothly. When you lose this cushion, which naturally happens as you age, it becomes harder to walk, bend, and climb stairs without pain. That's why eating foods that provide direct sources of type 2 collagen can make such a huge difference. Now, we're not saying go out and eat fried chicken every night. That's not the kind of inflammation you want. But when you roast a whole chicken or bake thighs with the skin on, you're giving your body exactly what it needs to rebuild the very tissue that supports your movement. Pair it with some antioxidant-rich vegetables, and you've got a healing meal that fights pain at the source. But let's zoom out for a second. Because while food is powerful, the real magic happens when you combine it with consistency. These 8 collagen-rich foods, bone broth, salmon, eggs, citrus, berries, spinach, sardines, and chicken skin, aren't meant to be eaten once and forgotten. They work best when you weave them into your daily or weekly meals like clockwork. Imagine this. You wake up and make a quick berry smoothie with collagen powder and a handful of spinach. Lunch rolls around and you enjoy a salmon salad topped with lemon juice. For dinner, you roast chicken with the skin on. Toss in some sautéed greens and sip on bone broth. Each of those choices is like a deposit into your body's joint health savings account. And after just a few weeks, you may start noticing less swelling, more flexibility, and even better posture. And if you've been dealing with stiff legs, creaky knees, or that deep ache that never quite goes away, this could be your turning point. Because collagen doesn't just help you feel better, it helps you move better, live better, wake up without fear of that first painful step. You're not too old. It's not too late. Your body is still responding to what you feed it, and these 8 foods are some of the best tools you've got. If you're sitting there thinking, well, I already eat some of these, that's great news. You're on the right track. But let's take it a step further. Let's talk strategy. Because even the best foods in the world won't help if you're not eating them in a way your body can truly use. You see, collagen can't do its job alone. It needs cofactors, helpers that activate and support the rebuilding process. One of the biggest ones? Vitamin C. Without it, your body can't turn dietary collagen into the type your joints actually need. That's why pairing things like chicken or sardines with citrus or berries can supercharge your results. A squeeze of lemon on salmon, a handful of strawberries after your bone broth. These aren't just tasty touches, they're nutritional power moves. Another secret weapon? Zinc. This mineral is found in foods like eggs and sardines, and it's critical for collagen production and repair. If you've ever had slow wound healing or brittle nails, low zinc might be to blame. But with these 8 foods, you're naturally building up your reserves. Now, let's not forget hydration. Collagen holds onto water like a sponge, keeping your joints plump and mobile. If you're dehydrated, even the best collagen won't work its magic. So while you're adjusting your diet, keep a tall glass of water nearby, preferably with a pinch of sea salt or a squeeze of lemon for better absorption. Still wondering if all this effort is worth it? Think about how much your joints matter. They carry you through life, literally. They're the difference between playing with your grandkids and watching from the sidelines, between walking the beach at sunset or avoiding stairs altogether. Collagen is your ticket back to those moments. You don't need to be perfect. You don't have to turn into a nutritionist. But with a few small changes, a broth-based soup here, a piece of salmon there, you could be on your way to reversing years of wear and tear. And not just slowing it down, rebuilding, restoring, reclaiming the strength that aging tried to take away. Most people wait until it's too late. They live with the pain, the swelling, the stiffness, thinking it's just part of getting older. But you're here. You're learning. You're doing something about it. And that alone sets you apart. Now that you've got the full list, here's where things get real. You can either keep going the way things have been, waking up stiff, avoiding stairs, passing on walks because your knees or hips scream in protest, or you can try something new, something simple, something supported by science, not hype. These collagen-rich foods aren't miracle cures, they're just tools, but they're powerful ones. Because when you use them right, they don't just reduce swelling, they rebuild what's been breaking down. And when your joints are strong, your world opens back up. You start doing things you forgot you missed. You get down on the floor with the grandkids. You walk a little taller. You feel a little younger. The best part? This isn't about restriction. It's not a diet that cuts out all your favorites or demands impossible discipline. It's about addition. Add bone broth to your soups or sip it as a warm drink. Add eggs to your breakfast rotation. Add berries and leafy greens for the collagen cofactors. You're not depriving yourself, you're investing, and the return is strength, comfort, and freedom. If you're feeling overwhelmed, start with just one food. Pick the one that feels easiest to work into your routine. Maybe you grab a tin of sardines and eat them with crackers. Maybe you make a batch of gelatin-rich bone broth and freeze it in cubes for quick use. Every small step counts. And remember, your body responds to consistency, not perfection. You don't have to do this flawlessly. You just have to keep showing up for yourself. The more often you feed your joints what they actually need, the more they'll reward you. Less stiffness, less pain, more mobility, more confidence. So let's make this the beginning of something. A shift. Not a crash diet or a temporary fix, but a lasting upgrade to the way you fuel your legs and joints. Because you deserve to feel strong. You deserve to walk without fear. You deserve to get back to living the way you want to, not the way your pain dictates. If this video helped you, consider hitting that like button and subscribing to Blood Sugar Blueprint. We share real, research-backed ways to support your health after 60. And we're just getting started. Let us know in the comments which of these 8 foods you're going to try first, or share your own go-to remedy for joint pain. You never know who you might help by speaking up. Now go make that grocery list. Your legs will thank you, your joints will thank you, and your future self, they're already smiling.